What's up, everyone? Fritz here again with another episode of Sneakerhead Ambition, and today I've got another live cop for you. This is the first recent and on-time one I've posted in a while, and this is going to be for the Jordan 4 Thunders, which released on Saturday, March 13th. So just jumping in right away, I did have a lot of success overall, including all the sites that I bought it. I did hit 100 pairs. About 40 of those were the night before on Friday, where, you know, if you are familiar, Flex Raffle does puts out their wins on Friday. So I hit about 40 or so pairs on that, and then the rest of that 100 clip came on Saturday. So I'll dive into each one of those in a little more depth now. So next up, I'll cover all the first come first serve sites that dropped on Saturday. I did run several of them. I ran Shopify, and the main sites that I ran on there would be Shoe Palace, Shop Nice Kicks, and DTLR. Unfortunately, as you will see, I also ran Rule of Next, but I'll get into that debacle next. But anyways, other than that, I ran Foot Sites, FNL and JD, and DSG on top of that. So I'll, again, break each one of those down individually now. So the biggest success I had on the day was, without a doubt, Shopify. On Shopify, like I said, the three bots I ran were Wrath, Valor, and Chegg. My total checkouts on the day were 27 for Wrath, 17 on Valor, and then I had 3 on Chegg. So I did hit across those three sites really well. I ran Exhibition too, but I'll get into again what happened at the very start of this drop. But that person, one of the people that I was running for, shut down their card. So in retrospect, I probably would have hit a good amount of pair on Exhibition as well. But, you know, I can't really, my thoughts on the situation. But regardless, I definitely messed something up with Chegg because I saw a lot of people hitting 20, 30 pairs. But, you know, in the end, it's all right. And then the proxies that I was running for Shopify included Proxy Chimp, Proxy Heaven, Lemon, Oculus, and Live. All of those hit a good amount of pairs for me, and they all worked well. But like I said, I really did well on those sites. I made some mistakes, like I said, on Rule of Next, Exhibition, and there are just some other sites that I'm going to look into running. I know that a lot of people hit on Lapstone, hit on Oneness, Bodega, so I am going to look at spreading out some of my setup a little more to try to hit those on big drops where, you know, they really are dropping across a lot of sites just due to the stock numbers. So overall, I was thrilled with that on the day. It's the first time I've run Shopify that heavy in a little while, and I'll get into some of the mistakes that I made coming up next. So the biggest dagger for me on the day was certainly with Rule of Next. If you watch closely in the video, you'll see that I didn't even realize this mistake until later on in the drop, just because, you know, there's a lot going on, right? I did hit, like I said, 47 pairs, hit a couple on some other sites. So there's a lot going on that I'm trying to obviously monitor and, you know, do during the drop. But the big issue was that, you know, you'll hear in the video that like a minute or two before 10 a.m. Eastern, I start getting checkouts on Rule of Next, right? And I'm in that time period, I'm also trying to switch delays on Valor, Wrath, Chegg, right, to just optimize those bots to try to hit off the bat. So there's a lot going on in that last minute at like 9:59 where like it requires my attention and I need to be editing it. So you'll notice, you know, I'm like, hey, we're off to a great start. This is outstanding. And then later on, my excitement quickly turned to horror as I realized it was checking out Jordan 1 mids. Now, after looking back over it, I had the keywords right. I'm not sure if they just dropped stock with, you know, with the Jordan 4 tags on them. I would assume that's what happened. But, you know, in 5 years or so, that's the first time that I've had an issue like that on with keywords, right? That every cook group says, you know, use keywords at your own risk. And I've never had an issue with that. Definitely had an issue with that on the day. So that was definitely frustrating. It's also frustrating too, because, you know, I hit a couple myself, but the big issue and the thing I feel worse about, because I know how this goes, right? That's just the way it goes. I'll sell those, but hit some of those for people on ACO too. So that sucked, right? But overall, like I said, it was still a great day, but that was just an unfortunate kind of result that, you know, I don't know how I should have gone about that. But anyways, that was unfortunate, but you'll see that in there. And like I said, that was the biggest issue I had on the day. So other than that, great day. Some other minor issues I had on Shopify, you will notice that I was a little slow on the delay editing. I did mess some of those up. So I would imagine that had to do with possibly part of the reason I messed up on Chegg. I told you that some of the declines on exhibition for Chegg were just on card that had been shut down because unfortunately somebody saw the mids and kind of freaked out, which I fully understand, right? They didn't want to get stuck with 30 some pairs of those. I think it was limited to like a 1 or 2 in the end per person, so that wasn't as bad as it seemed initially. But so the delays were definitely an issue. And then I also had issues. If you look closely at some of my Valor setup, somehow I missed that I had the wrong link in exhibition. It was the Shop Nice Kicks link. So obviously that didn't work. But just, just 2 small issues that I had that you can kind of learn from and look at and just factor into, double checking your setup and what you should be doing initially. But like I said, overall I was thrilled with Shopify. So I really don't have much to complain about. I hit plenty of pairs. But those are the 2 minor issues that I had, and just, again, we'll look to correct as I move forward. Per usual, if you're watching this, I use AYCD AI. I use that because I run a pretty scaled setup with several hundred Shopify tasks. And if you're in this space, but if you're relatively new to this, right, you need to be able to solve captchas efficiently to hit on Shopify. So I do use AYCD AI. The thing works flawlessly. For me at least, not flawlessly all the time, but it worked really well on today's drop. I do have 50 or so Gmails that I have in there, and it feeds all of my Shopify traffic through there. They solved all the captchas within 30, 60 seconds. So I really recommend that. You will see that in some of my old videos. I try to keep that out of the picture just because that has a lot of information that I can't have shown to you all, right? With all my Gmail information, with all the proxy information. It just makes editing the video a lot harder. So I've been trying to keep that window downsized so it's just easier for me to get these videos out. But just know that that is what's going on in the background, right? So if you are trying to solve those manually, I would highly recommend getting AYCD AI. If you're running more than 2 or 3 cards per Shopify site, it's pretty much a must at this point. If you're just running 1 or 2 profiles and you're just starting off, don't think that this is a piece of software that you need to succeed. But like I said, if you're trying to scale whatsoever, you definitely need that because you just can't solve them fast enough. So look into that. Like I said, I've got information on that in the section below with links and everything, but that really is a must-have. And if it's not working, I don't mean to be rude, but it's you. So you guys can shoot me any questions or things you have on that. But it really is a pretty critical piece of software if you're gonna, like I said, bot at scale on Shopify. So definitely check that out, but just know that that's running in the background as well. All right, so next I'll cover foot sites, which I did run for. I hit a couple pairs on there, nothing great. Like I said, just a couple. I did run Haya and Prism. I did not hit with Prism and did hit with Haya. It seems that I was the issue. I try to not be like, oh, the bot didn't work, because if I see other people hitting, it's on me. So, like I said, did hit with Haya, didn't hit with Prism. I ran residentials and hit with, I think I hit with Lemon and Stella. Those were the 2 hits I had. And I was going to run ISPs, but was then told that they weren't working, and they ended up working. But that's the game. You know what I mean? That's how it goes. I'm not ever blaming anybody because, that's just how things go. Sometimes things work, sometimes they don't. Sometimes it's proxies, sometimes, whatever. But it did seem that they did have okay stock. I was hoping that it was within the trend of them having more stock online lately, as I was able to hit some pretty big clips over the past 2 months on other drops and restocks. But from what I saw of the Flex raffle numbers, right, I saw a couple people hit over 1,000 pairs, right? So I think they might have moved most of the stock they had to Flex for this particular drop. So, my video a couple days ago didn't pan out to be accurate for this drop, but I will continue to look at that just moving forward. But like I said, from this day, I hit a couple pairs, nothing to brag about, but I did hit a couple, and I'll look to hopefully hit on restocks moving forward, and hopefully they've got more stock on the Spider-Mans and other general releases coming up. And finally, the 2 sites that I ran on, or I guess 3, were DSG, Dick's Sporting Goods, Finish Line, and JD Sports. Heading into the drop with DSG, it was rumored that pretty much all of their stock was going to go with their in-store raffles with the wristband. So I didn't have it set up and didn't plan on running that, but did see like 5 minutes before the drop that there was a link. So I set that up real quick on High and didn't hit. I don't really think people hit because I think there was probably a couple pairs, but you know, whatever. That's kind of how it goes. But I haven't had success on there in months, but you know, I always run it just in case. And then with Finish Line and JD, I did shut those down before checkouts usually had been coming in, just how they've been dropping lately. But I did shut that down like 15 minutes in just because I'd hit enough pairs and I wasn't really running personally. It was mostly ACO on there. So everybody that I was running for kind of told me to shut it down. So I mean, I don't think I would have hit anyway, because after I looked through channels with bot channels and cook group channels, it doesn't look like they've really checked out. So, you know, I'm thinking most of it went to early access, like the Flex raffle system. So, you know, that's not great news as far as if you watched my video a couple days ago on just if foot sites and Finish Line are back online for botting. Did not seem to be the case for this drop, but hopefully that continues, I guess, with just restocks or just, you know, shock drops that they're having. So I'll continue to update you all on that, but on the day I did not have any success on those sites. And if you've watched this far, I try to kind of leave this out of the videos as much as possible, but I did run sneakers as well. I ran about 200 accounts and hit 22 pairs. I do know that people had a lot of issues getting their accounts in or them getting banned, but that just seems to be the case lately. Nike, while not as effective as they would like to tell the public in their posts, they have been clipping a lot of accounts. So just keep that in mind. You know, I really don't show any of that because I think it's the only site and only company where, like, I know they're watching people's live streams. I'm certainly not going to live stream a Nike drop, right? The companies that I use the bots from don't even want me to mention them. So I use my code. I use Patrick Ewing. That's the bot I use for sneakers. If you know anything about this space, you should be able to figure that out pretty easily. And then with that, right, I have accounts that I use from companies that I have sponsors for below. And the proxies, the ISPs that I really use for sneakers are Proxy, CHIMP, Proxy Heaven, and STELLA. So those all work really well for me. I don't really see too much of a quality difference between the three, right? I hit on all of them. So I was successful on sneakers as well, but like I said, I really try to not go into that much. There's plenty of resources out there. You can ask me questions. I'll be happy to answer them, but I really keep that out of my videos just because A, they've asked me, and B, I just don't think it's smart, because that really is a company that has more resources than every other site that I bought combined to combat it. And like I said, whether or not they're being effective, they are making a big public perception, right, push that they're doing something about it. And I do believe they're trying, but like I said before, if you're at scale and you've got several bots and you've got all these ISPs and you've got hundreds and hundreds of accounts, like, you're going to take some bruises when they do the account clipping, but you're going to be okay. So I try to keep this towards the end because I just really don't cover it much, but it is a really good site to get into if you have the resources, patience, and capital. So I did well on that, but like I said, I don't really show that in my videos anymore. But like I said, if you reach out to me on Discord or something like that, I'd be happy to answer questions. As always, a massive shout out and thank you to my sponsors. I do mention this in every video. I really do use the companies that I'm sponsored by. I would not be using these companies and resources if they didn't work for me. I would not just be promoting them to y'all, right? Like, so all the proxies down there I do use. The servers, the Flex accounts, the sneakers accounts, the Edge banking, right? AYCD, AI AutoSolve, all the things, right? All the things. But I am proud to have pretty much every resource you need covered down there. So if you need any of those resources, definitely check out the information section below. And, you know, you're free to ask me any questions, shoot me a message, and I can help you out if you're trying to pick between what you need at that stage or you're trying to scale. Whatever the case may be, pretty much everything is down there. So definitely check that out and let me know if you have any questions. Anyways, that's all for this portion of today's video. I will have some live cops being posted over the next couple days that are just older, right? I did film stuff while I was kind of on my hiatus for a month or two of actually posting. I was still botting, but like I've mentioned in other videos, I had to cut down on something, and I wasn't going to cut down on the actual money-making portion of my operation. So I should be back to that, and I will have those posted. There's 4 or 5 of them that'll pop up over the next week or two that just are older. But like I said, I know that when I was trying to learn this, I really wanted to watch what people were doing on screen. I wanted to see the mistakes they made. I wanted to see kind of what was happening during the drop. What should I be looking for? So those are evergreen, right? Nothing's really changed that much since they've been filmed. So those will be popping up over the next week or two. So, you know, if you don't want to watch old ones, don't check them out, but there's always something to learn. So those will be up. And if you want to see more content of mine, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. I do post on there pretty much every day on Instagram. So you can check me out there. And like I said, I should be back to 2 or 3 videos a week. But definitely enjoy the on-screen footage. Let me know if you have any questions. And until next time, see ya. All right, what's up, everyone? This is gonna be my first live cast in a minute. I gotta make a whole nother video about prices because I've mentioned in the other video that I got a good stick rate, and I just saw somebody tell me that DSG is dropping, so I'm going to make some moves to set that up. So I'll be back in a little bit. Now let's get it. All right, so we'll see how we do, boys. But it's a big day. I'm a little concerned about this. All the tasks are sleeping, but I'm a little concerned about that. But at this point, it's kind of over. So we'll see. Here we go. Bang, bang, bang. Jesus. Okay, I already hit 10 pairs on rule of next. Okay, so I need to start the Foot Locker. All right. Good, let's stop all of these. Awesome. Okay, woo, okay, it's gonna be a good day today, boys. Not a good day today, boys. Okay, but I'm already hitting. Here we go. There we go. Bang, bang, bang. Let's get it. Change delay. Let's go. We are okay. We're off and running. Here we go. All right, bang, bang. Good day so far. Let's get it. Well, that certainly went well. Okay. All right. Damn. Okay, I'm gonna shut these down for everybody because I just racked these bitches up. Okay. Recheck it. Okay. Okay. That was good. Okay, I'm going to switch over the view now to my, here we go, okay. Okay, these are going to start popping in a second. We got any in cart? Okay, we got some in cart. We'll see. All right, now we gotta wait on sneakers, and we will see how we do. Hoping we get a couple more and get a nice little 100 clip, which between today and yesterday, like I said, Grinch absolutely crushed it yesterday. So I mean, I don't know. We shall see. Okay. What did I get? I get something on high. Cha-ching. Oh, I gotta decline. What did I get? Or is that prison? Is this? What did I check that on? I suppose that does that Paris. Hoping we get a couple more and get a nice little 100 clip, which between today and yesterday, like I said, Grinch absolutely crushed it yesterday. So I mean, I don't know. We shall see. Okay. What did I get? I get something on high. Cha-ching. Oh, I gotta decline. What did I get? Or is that prison? Is this? What did I check that on? I suppose that does that Paris. So I'm not really sure about Finish Line because I shut them down because most of my peeps were good to go. Shit, man, I feel really bad too because I hit. Somebody asked me to run for them, and they told me to run for them, and then I went to bed pretty early last night, and they hit me up. I feel terrible about that, man. Oh God, yeah, I didn't see the message on Instagram this morning. That sucks. I feel awful about that, man. I really, really, really didn't. All right, let's see how sneakers goes with my good butt Patrick Ewing. And I'll let these run for a little bit. Just a heads up. What proxies am I using? So if you are, and that was my hands, right? Right. Just a heads up on the proxies I use. So on sneakers, I rock Proxy CHIMP, Proxy Heaven, and STELLA ISPs. So those are the ISPs that I use on there with great success. But yeah, we'll see how I do on there. But yeah, for project, oh, I almost said it. For Patrick Ewing, my sneakers bot. Yeah, I'm gonna shut this shit down. All right, we done. Okay. So talking about sneakers and Patrick Ewing, yeah, like I said, I'll talk about it as much as I can. I've run one on my home PC and I've run one on a bare metal server. So the big one is right now there's again a bunch of people saying that they had a lot of issues with accounts. Yeah, I'm just trying to look at kind of what people are saying. Yeah, I ran about 200 accounts and I got 21 right now. You know, it's not that bad. I mean, it's not great, but yeah, but I run that bot. I want to start running more, but yeah, like Okay. Geez. Yeah, sorry, I'm just like, I'm thinking through right now. I really, 22. All right. Let me do some little math in my head real quick. Count these bad boys up. All right, so in the end, it looks like I hit 110, 120. I hit 22 on sneakers, hit 2 on foots, hit 47 on Shopify, and then I got like 40, 45 or so. I got to look up last night on Grinch. So that was a big day. Yeah, pretty pumped about that. But I feel bad. I feel, oh God, I feel awful. Just know, like, that's like probably the worst thing that's happened to me with ACO today is that I didn't see it, one person's message. Just know that, like, I really try to not screw people over, but there's a lot that can go wrong with ACO. You know what I mean? So just know that, like, I feel pretty awful about that. But you know, I'll figure it out and make it right. But yeah. So today went well overall, though. So very happy with that. Yeah, we'll go from there. So I'll have this video up. I'll break it down. You'll have heard the breakdown by now, but I will see you all later. And just like I said, there'll be some live cops coming up over the next several days that are from the past couple months. So we will get it right, and I'll go from there. So take it easy, everybody. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Happy Mama's Day. That's all. Until next time, I will see you later. Peace.